Welcome to Sir RP's channel. In this video, you're going to learn how to illustrate angles of elevation. Are you ready to learn? Sit back, relax, and get ready to learn. Let us first define what is angle of elevation. It is the angle between the horizontal axis and the line of sight when an observer looks upward. Take note of the keyword when an observer looks upward. This is the angle of elevation. From the horizontal line here, and then when the observer looks upward, again, the angle formed is what we call the angle of elevation. Let's have examples. At a certain point, 62 meters from the base of your mom's office building, the angle of elevation of the top of the building is 70 degrees. How tall is the building to the nearest hundreds? Let's have this step-by-step solution. First is you need to illustrate the problem. So from there, we have now the building, and then it's 70 degrees. The angle of elevation is 70 degrees, and then the distance from a certain point to the base of the office is 62 meters. Thus, we have this illustration. 62 meters and 70 degrees. We have two given numbers. From there, we'll have the second step, identify the trigonometric ratio that can be used. Remember the SOHCAHTOA, CHU-SIA-CAH, but we'll focus on the SOHCAHTOA. From there, we can say that considering the position of the given values with respect to the given angle, the height of the building is on the opposite side of this, and 62 meters is on the adjacent side. With this, the tangent ratio can be used because tangent, it's the ratio of opposite over the adjacent side. To solve for the height of the building, we'll be using the given values. Tangent 70, which is the given angle of elevation, and then we have the ratio opposite over adjacent. Then substitute the opposite side with h and adjacent side with 62. Then we'll get its cross product. We have tangent 70 times 62 is 62 tangent 70, while h times 1, the imaginary one, is just h. Multiply, you can multiply directly 62 times tangent 70 or convert first tangent 70 to decimal. And the answer is approximately 170.34 meters. That is now the height of the building. Therefore, the height of the building is approximately 170.34 meters, as it calls for an answer that is rounded off to the nearest hundreds. That's for the first example. We'll have the second example. A 10-feet flagpole casts a shadow of 18 feet. Find the angle of elevation of the sun. Round your answer to the nearest degree. So it should be in a whole number. The same process, just like what we did in the previous example, we'll have to illustrate the problem. Since we're looking for the angle of elevations, we have here two given measures, 10 feet and 18 feet. Okay, then determine which trigonometric ratio is appropriate to use by referring to the given angle. Take note, we have here an angle. So how is this side related to the given angle? 10 feet is opposite to the reference angle or the viewpoint, while 18 feet is adjacent to the given or the reference angle. Therefore, we have opposite and adjacent. Thus, we are going to use the tangent ratio. Substituting the formula, we have tangent theta is equal to 10 over 18. Again, this time we are looking for the angle of elevation. Thus, we need to get the inverse of the tangent function. 10 over 18 is this, 0.55555, and then we'll get the inverse of the tangent function. Rounded to the nearest degree, we will get 29 degrees. Thus, the angle of elevation of the sun is 29 degrees. This is now 29 degrees. Questions so far? If there are no further questions, I'll be giving you two questions for individual practice. Number one, find the length of the shadow casted by a 10-foot lamp post when the angle of elevation of the sun is 58 degrees. Express the length to the nearest tenth of a foot. Second, you're measuring the height of a spruce tree. You stand 45 feet from the base of the tree. You measure the angle of elevation from the ground to the top of the tree to be 59 degrees. Find the height or age of the tree to the nearest foot. For your answers, please use the comment section. For our key points, you have angle of elevation. Again, it's the angle between the horizontal axis and the line of sight when observer looks upward. Okay, please take note of that. And that ends our session for today. Thank you, Quipper, for the slides used in this presentation. Once again, thank you and happy learning. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification button to receive updates. This is Sir RP.